We're hearing from more parents this morning as well. It sounds like we spoke to a few other parents about what's going on just a couple minutes ago, so we wanted to bring that sound to you here. Take a listen.
She told me where she is, and I told her I'm coming, and she just said there's shelter in place. And I asked her if she was okay.
Yeah.
So she said she was okay.
All right, so this morning, Dan Griffin at the scene right now, yeah.
Yeah, so good morning. Yeah, so I'm here with David. He has a daughter,
Yes.
the 10th grade, correct?
Correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about, so obviously the first thing I want to ask you is just kind of your reaction. The police chief just told us they made an arrest. They arrested the suspect involved in this. What is your reaction?
I'm just kind of shocked, you know? I mean, I've never thought this would happen in Ingraham, in this high school here. Lived here for years, always been a safe neighborhood. I'm thankfully that they caught the suspect. It was just confusing because we don't know what was happening. You know?
What about your daughter? How did you find out, and what did she say to you?
You know, she was confused. At first she thought it was a drill. Going 50 minutes into it, and our friends and neighbors started texting us, hey, do you know what's going on? Is she okay? I was like, yeah, it's a drill, not a big deal, you know? And then I realized it's not a drill. I saw the news, and that's when we thought we should come down here and take a look, you know, and try to get her. But I guess they won't let her out right now.
From what I understood, a lot of them were on lockdown for a while. They were still trying, you know, they cleared the building, doing all of that. As a dad, what did you do? I mean, in a situation like this, I don't have any kids, so I've never had to go through anything like this. So, you know, how did you handle this?
I mean, to be honest with you, first thought is helplessness, you know, confusion. And second thought is this finally coming to this school here? You know, I mean, my daughter, she goes part-time to a private school, part-time in Ingraham. And I'll be honest with you, now I'm thinking, like, is this really a place maybe I should pull her out completely? That's what I'm thinking now, you know, because I don't know if it's happening here in this neighborhood. Maybe the problem is worse than what I thought it was going to be then.
And so moving forward, I know you're looking to reunite with her when they finally let them out and they get to reconnect with their parents.
Yeah.
What do you think that conversation is going to be like? What do you think that first moment's going to be like when you're able to just kind of hug each other and talk this out?
I mean, it's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be heartfelt. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of anxiousness. But it sounds like from her end, it's just another day in school. She doesn't really understand what's happening right now. You know, and I'm sure once we get through all this, we'll have a lot of tough conversation on whether or not going to school here, you know, what to do in the future with that.
Now that we have a second to kind of debrief on this too, how was the communication from the school district? I mean, were you getting updates? Were you getting calls? Were they informing you like minute by minute? What was that like as a parent?
No, now you mentioned, no, there wasn't. Didn't get any texts, didn't get anything. I mean, her friend's mom texted me, letting me know, hey, are you okay? Do you want us to head down there? And I didn't know anything about this. I got no call from the school, nothing. And it was actually from other parents from other schools that texted us and let us know, hey, something serious is here. Is your daughter okay? So, I mean, nothing. I've been trying to call in here. It's just lines busy, I'm sure, so we couldn't get through. So, yeah, nothing so far.
So obviously there might be some discussions to be had following a situation like this about communication.
Yeah,
and
for sure. I mean, I learned more about this from you than from other sources. So I'm glad that you're here to let me know what's going on. Then.
Yeah. Does your daughter like it here?
She has her moments. Let's put it that way. You know, I mean, like she's been going here for a couple of years. You know, I think she was having a hard time with the school here, so I decided to pull her out half-time to go to a private school, and she really likes that. But I still want her to keep the engagement with other students here, and so I kept her here for part-time. Yeah.
There was a question we'd asked some parents earlier too. Are you a little bit leery or concerned about the fact that a gun was able to be brought into the school in the first place?
I am quite leery about that, and I guess I am, but I'm not surprised at this point. You know, I mean, I guess anyone can sneak anything onto here. I volunteer at the school, and sometimes you just walk right in at one entrance, and I could imagine if I could just walk right in, anyone could just walk in with anything. So So I'm really not surprised at this point.
Any final thoughts, any takeaways from this today? I mean, I know this has got to be just a whirlwind for you. I mean, anything else that you're thinking about that you're taking away from this?
How to make the school more safer, so not to distract the kids from learning. I think that's number one takeaway. And again, you watch things on the news. You never expect this to happen in a suburb of Seattle, 2 blocks away from Lakeside Middle School, like the most expensive middle school, in Washington. You just don't see that here. So, yeah, just make it safe. I don't know what to do.
Well, I want to thank you for, I mean, honestly, every parent who's talked to me today, because you all have so much going on,
Sure.
and I'm sure so much running through your mind, but I just want to thank you so much for
problem.
talking with
Thank you,
me,
Dan.
and I'm glad that your daughter is okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for doing this. And
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Hopefully you guys can reconnect here in just a little bit.
do you know if they're letting kids out?
Yeah, from what I understand, they're reconnecting down farther down on Meridian.
Okay.
And I think 133rd, 30th, but yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, they should be able to help you. Thanks,
you.
David. Thank you so much. Obviously, a lot going on here, but just, hearing his words, thinking about how to make the school safer for his daughter, for all the kids that go here. There are some real takeaways here and some concerns, too. The fact that he says, he didn't get a call, didn't get a text message, didn't get an email, wasn't getting answers from the district. Bill and Liz, I think there are going to be some tough questions to be answered after that as well. I know it's a pretty crazy scene nonetheless.